What would have happened if Rome conquered Persia? Let's explore the assumption together. In the early morning haze of a Roman military camp, General Scipio gazed eastward, imagining the vast lands of Persia. The warm Mediterranean air was filled with the sounds of soldiers preparing for the day's march, their anticipation palpable. Scipio's heart raced with the thought of bringing the mighty Persian Empire under Roman control. The Roman legions moved in disciplined formations, their armor glinting under the relentless sun. The terrain shifted from the fertile valleys of Anatolia to the harsh, rocky landscapes leading to Persia. Each step forward was a testament to their resolve, their spirits lifted by the thought of glory and conquest. The scorching heat of the Persian desert tested the endurance of the Roman soldiers. Sweat trickled down their brows, mixing with the dust that clung to their faces and armor. Despite the oppressive conditions, their discipline never wavered, driven by the promise of victory and riches. As they approached the mighty Euphrates River, the legions constructed makeshift bridges to cross the swift waters. The sound of rushing water was a stark contrast to the silence of the barren desert, a brief respite from the relentless march. Generals stood vigilant, ensuring the safe passage of their troops and supplies. On the opposite bank, the Persian army awaited, their colorful banners fluttering in the wind. Persian soldiers, hardened by years of warfare, watched the approaching Romans with a mix of awe and determination. The tension in the air was thick as both sides prepared for the imminent clash. Under the blazing sun, the two armies met in a ferocious skirmish. The clang of swords and the cries of the wounded filled the air as Roman discipline clashed with Persian valor. Dust clouds rose from the battlefield, obscuring the fierce hand-to-hand combat. The Roman legions, well-trained in formation fighting, began to gain the upper hand. Their disciplined ranks advanced methodically, pushing the Persian forces back. General Scipio, leading from the front, inspired his men with his unwavering courage. Despite the initial setbacks, Persian generals launched counterattacks, utilizing their renowned cavalry. The sight of Persian horsemen thundering across the battlefield struck fear into the hearts of Roman soldiers. The clash of cavalry and infantry created chaos, but the Romans held their ground. A sudden sandstorm swept across the battlefield, reducing visibility and adding to the confusion. Roman soldiers struggled to maintain their formations as the howling wind battered them. General Scipio used the storm to his advantage, ordering a flanking maneuver that caught the Persians by surprise. As the storm subsided, the Persian forces, demoralized and disorganized, began to retreat. The Roman legions pursued relentlessly, their victory now within grasp. The sight of the Persian army in full retreat filled the Romans with renewed vigor. With the Persian forces in disarray, the Romans advanced towards the ancient city of Babylon. The imposing walls of the city stood as a formidable challenge, but the Romans were undeterred. Siege engines were constructed, and preparations for a prolonged siege began. After weeks of relentless assault, the mighty walls of Babylon finally crumbled under the Roman onslaught. Roman soldiers poured into the city, securing a hard-fought victory. The streets of Babylon echoed with the sounds of celebration and the cries of the conquered. With Babylon under Roman control, General Scipio focused on consolidating power in the newly conquered territories. Roman governors were appointed to oversee the administration and integration of Persian lands. The local population, though wary, began to accept Roman rule. As Rome established its presence in Persia, a rich cultural exchange began to flourish. Persian art, science, and philosophy intrigued Roman scholars, while Roman engineering and governance impressed the Persians. This blending of cultures created a unique and vibrant society. To secure their hold on Persia, the Romans constructed a series of forts and outposts across the region. These fortifications served as bases for the Roman legions, ensuring swift response to any uprisings. The sight of Roman architecture in the Persian landscape symbolized the new order. The integration of Persia into the Roman Empire brought economic prosperity to both regions. Trade routes flourished, connecting the Mediterranean to the rich markets of Asia. The flow of goods, ideas, and people created an era of unprecedented wealth and cultural development. Despite the benefits of Roman rule, pockets of resistance and rebellion persisted. Persian nationalists, unwilling to accept foreign domination, launched sporadic attacks on Roman outposts. The Roman legions, experienced and battle-hardened, quelled these uprisings with ruthless efficiency. The conquest of Persia solidified Rome's status as the preeminent power in the ancient world. The vast empire, stretching from the Atlantic to the Persian Gulf, became a beacon of civilization and progress. The legacy of this conquest would shape the course of history for centuries to come. In the quiet moments after the battles, Roman generals reflected on their achievements and the cost of their victories. The faces of fallen comrades and the cries of the vanquished haunted their memories. Yet, the vision of a united empire under Roman rule brought them a sense of purpose and fulfillment. As the sun set over the vast expanse of the Roman Empire, the dream of eternal glory seemed within reach. The conquest of Persia was a testament to Roman strength and determination. The soldiers, weary but proud, looked to the horizon, ready to face whatever challenges the future might hold. Our journey through time comes to an end for today. We embark on new adventures every week. If you relish the experience, please like and subscribe.